So in this video we are going to discuss about compiler design 3 address code. So here first we'll discuss about 3 address code. So here y and z are multiplied and the values assigned to temporary variable t1. Similarly, the contents of x is added to temporary variable t1 and it is stored in t2. So if we have a lengthy expression, first the 3 address code get generated. So here for the expression directed acyclic graph is given. So how to write the 3 address code, it's explained here. So b minus c, first it is need to be calculated, that's stored in temporary variable t1. Then after that it's multiplied with a. Then a into b minus c, it is added to a itself. Then b minus c value, it's multiplied with t, that is also done here. Then finally addition is done. So whatever the temporary variables are needed, they are introduced by the compiler automatically. So temporary variables are generated. So here in this example, if you see t1, t2, t3, t4, t5, these are the temporary variables got generated. So addresses and instruction, this is what we are going to discuss next. So here when you generate a 3 address code, the 3 address code may consist of the name. The name will refer to the variable name. We can store the result in the name, or the operands will be stored in the variables. By accessing the variable name, we will be accessing the contents of the data. Then after that, sometimes we'll be using the constant values in the expression, something like a plus 8. So 8 is a constant there. Then if the expression is very lengthy one, then when it is divided into 3 address code, that time the temporary variables get generated by compiler, like t1, t2, t3, like that they get generated. So here there are so many 3 address instruction forms are there. The first one is assignment instruction. It is of the form x equal to y operator z. Y and z are operands and x is the resultant. OP is the operator. And the second form is assignment form. It is x equal to operator y. So this is unary operator. The first form is of binary operator. The second one is of unary operator. The third one is copy instruction. It is x equal to y. So the contents of y will be copied to x. And the fourth one is unconditional jump. It is go to L. So without checking the condition, we want to jump to the instruction label with the address L. The fifth one is conditional jumps. So if the condition is satisfied, go to the label. So here the condition is x. So the other form of conditional jump is if false x, go to L. So if the condition fails, then go to the statement which is labeled with L. The sixth form is if x relational operator y, go to L. So here relational operator may be less than or double equal or greater than or equal or not equal or less than or equal or less than or greater than. So these are some of the relational operator. So x relational operator y, if that is true, what else to be done? So that will be specified through go to the label. The seventh one is procedure call. So whenever we write functions, function calls in our program, that will be transferred into this form of 3 address code. So how will it be? Let us see. So what are the parameters we have mentioned there? They will be listed like parameter x1, parameter x2, like that, parameter xn. So till that all the n parameters will be listed. Then call procedure name, comma, the total number of parameters. So if you call a procedure like procedure name followed by x1 comma x2 comma till xn arguments, this is the form how the parameter list will be listed, then calling the procedure followed by the number of parameters. The eighth one is the array representations. If you want to copy the contents of array to a variable, you can write it as x equal to y of I, that's a 3-address code. And if a variable content has to be copied to the array content, x of I equal to y, that can be used there. Then the ninth one is related to the pointers and addresses. So x equal to ampersand y, x equal to star y, or star x equal to y. So this kind of operation can be represented in the 3-address code. So let us see an example how 3-address code get generated. Do I equal to I plus 1 while a of I less than v. So here the first operation which is need to be generated is I equal to I plus 1. So here I plus 1, it's copied to the temporary variable. Compiler generated temporary variable t1, its content is copied to I. Then after that temporary variable 2 equal to I into 8. So here if I is integer variable, then for each integer if 8 bytes are occupied in a particular machine architecture, consider like that, then I into 8 has to be calculated and that value will be transferred to temporary variable t2. Then here what we are checking, a of I less than v. So now I value is adjusted according to the number of bytes occupied for each and every data, and it's accessed here, a of t2. A of t2 is copied to temporary variable t3. Then we need to check a of I less than v. So that is happening here. So if t3 is less than v, go to the label. So we need to repeat the condition. This is a do while condition, so we need to repeat it. So if the condition is true, go back to the incrementation of I value. So label is written there. So go, it's a conditional jump statement. So now whatever the 3-address code generated here, so for that the line numbers can be assigned 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, like that the line numbers can be assigned. So next we'll discuss about quadruples. So quadruples have the 4 fields. They are operator, argument 1, argument 2 and result. So there are 4 fields we'll be using here. So if it is unary operator, if you have binary operator, no problem. Operator will be the binary operator plus, argument 1 will be y, argument 2 will be z, and the result will be x. If it is unary operator, x equal to minus y, then minus will be the operator, argument 1 will be y, argument 2 will be null, and the resultant will be x. And if you have x equal to y, then the operator is equal, x and y will be argument 1 and result. Operators like parameter, if you have, then argument 2 and result will not be there. So only argument 1 will be specifying and the operator will be param. And if you have conditional or unconditional jump, that time go to will be the operation and the resultant target will be the label. So now how to find the 3-address code for the assignment operation a equal to b into minus c plus b star minus c. So minus c, that's a unary operation here. So first we need to generate the 3-address code. So unary operation will be carried out first, t1 equal to minus c. So it can be optimized, so not necessary that 2 times it has to be calculated. Then multiplication has to be carried out, that is a second prioritized operators here. So b into t1 will be calculated. Okay, then t4 is b into t3 and t5 is t2 plus t4. So after generating the 3-address code, here the quadruple is The first one is minus C. Argument 2 is not there as it is unary operator. The result will be stored in T1. And then multiplication in the second operation. So B is the first operand, T1 is the second operand. Then result will be stored in T2. Then the third operation is minus C. The result is stored in T3. The fourth operation is multiplication. Operands are B and T3. Result is stored in T4. The fifth operation is addition. Operands are T2 and T4. The result is stored in T5. The next one is equal. Assignment operation. The operand 1 is T5 and the result is A. So like this the quadruple has to be generated. Now let us see how the triples has to be generated. So as the name says triples, we will have only 3 columns there. So now first we need to generate 3 address code, then quadruple if we have generated, then easily we can write the triples. So here in the quadruples the resultant field is there, but in the triples if you observe the resultant column is missing. So it's we can store the result in the addresses 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and they can be used wherever. See here, instead of using T1, T2, T3, the results we are going to store in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that in the addresses and we'll reuse them. So here for the first operation is minus C. It's stored in the address 0. So the second operation is multiplication B and minus C, it is stored in 0. So that 0 from the 0 address retrieve the data and use it. And the third one is minus C. Next multiplying B value and minus C value, the result is stored in 2, so we'll reuse it. Within parentheses we'll use 2. Then add the contents of 1 and 3. So for that plus we'll use here plus 1 and 3. In the addresses 1 and 3, whatever the resultant stored here, we are reusing them here. And finally access the contents of 4 and store it in the resultant value A here. So the next one which we are going to discuss is indirect triples. So indirect triples, if you want to reuse the instruction list, then we'll make use of indirect triples. So same set of codes, if they are reused in your program, then no need to rewrite the triples once again, so we can reuse them. So for example this minus C star B of 0, all these values, if these quadruples triples, if they are reused once again, so how can we reuse them in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line numbers, if they are used in these addresses, if they are used, and if they are reused in 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40, then how can we reuse them? In the 0th address, whatever the instruction it is reused here, in the first address, whatever the instruction used here, it's going to be reused in 36 line and so on. In this way the indirect triples can be used in our code. So I encourage all of you to use solve these problems. The first problem is A plus minus B plus C. So first write syntax tree, quadruples, triples and indirect triples. I want you to write the 3 address code before you write the quadruples, triples and indirect triples. And similarly, few more instructions are given here. So I encourage all of you to solve this problem also. Thank you.